all of our communication, or most of it, is actually done through social media. There's so many different platforms. There's Facebook, there's YouTube, there's Twitter, there's Instagram, there's Snapchat, whatever there is. There's just so much out there. What do you guys use?
I think you're right. There is a lot out there. Sometimes way too much out there.
Way too much.
Way too much.
I can't keep up with it.
Yeah, it's every day there's a new website, there's a new app, and there's a new, I don't know, blog, forum, whatever you call them, and you're able to join it, subscribe it, and just basically broadcast your life to the rest of the world for everyone to see what you're cooking and what you had for dinner, what movie you watched, and what friends you're flying out with, for example.
Do you think there's a problem with that?
Well, it's not a problem, essentially, if you look at it. In essence, there's no problem in it. But if you become addicted to it, like a lot of people, it's become an addiction, it's become a drug sometimes. I feel Instagram and God knows what other apps are out there. It's become a drug that if you don't use it daily...
It's become habit, you just get your phone out.
Wherever you are. You have to get your phone out wherever you are. Use it. I'm not saying don't use it. I have Facebook myself. That's alhamdulillah, that's the only thing I have. But people use 3-4 things all collective together, and they join them. Somehow you can join them. Facebook and...
It depends. So for example, Facebook is a platform where you can share more in-depth information, whereas Twitter is more kind of news orientated and something where you just get things in small bites. Instagram, when I used to use Instagram, I used it more for getting in touch with my creative side, because I've got this whole creative aspect to me. So from time to time I take a picture or something and just add a little caption. But with that being said, do you guys think people share too much information on social media?
Oh, dude, 100%. I mean, for me, it is too much information. It's inappropriate information. I don't care the color, what the color of your drapes are and your curtains, which you just bought, and I don't care if you think you've made the world's best omelet. You don't know if you made the world's best omelet. I make a nice, decent omelet. So how can you say something like that?
What if it's inspired someone?
Huh?
What if it's inspired someone?
I don't know if it's how's an
omelet.
inspired
you to go and cook?
I've already
make something for your wife, inshallah.
That's a different topic. It's irrelevant information, and I don't want to know, and that's why I really don't like Facebook. I'm trying to censor myself, but I really abhor Facebook, and I still have an account, having said that, but I've uninstalled it from my phone, from my devices, and the reason I still have an account is because I do want to, and this is the benefit of social media, I do want to connect with some of my old friends, some of my distant relatives, because I do have them there, and whenever I'm ready, whenever I'm in the mood, I can go and speak to them, and we can have an interaction. But the whole feeds and stuff, it's just really annoying. But one plus point of social media, I think you have to take social media with a pinch of salt, basically, is that you can get raw information. So for example, if something's happened in some country, some random individual who has a smartphone has taken the video footage or the photos and instantly uploaded them, and exactly that's what happened, and you see the number of people that it's affected before the mainstream media comes in and manipulates it and changes it and does a little spin-off to it with their spin doctors. So you get raw, unfiltered information. It's not necessarily the right information, but it is raw information, and that's one benefit.
I agree on that. It's a very, very strong point. In fact, you get the latest updates on Facebook before they reach the wider media outlets. So that's a very good, positive plus point for social media. The other thing, which I think is very important, this is maybe why I use Facebook, for example, social media, is just to stay connected with the events that are taking place. Mostly I use it for religious reasons, or events that are taking place, workshops and educational, what do you call them? Seminars and conventions that take place, just to attend them, because otherwise I wouldn't know. Otherwise it's difficult to know what's happening around London. So for me, this is a very important tool to use to stay up to date with the events and know when to go and how, if I can attend them or not. Apart from that, I don't really use it to, publicize my life much or put a picture of myself much on there. Here and there, but it's good to stay in touch with, like you said, interaction, communication with your friends or, families that are abroad in different countries. Sure. Apart from that, I mean, is there much need to it? I mean, is it an addiction?
It is an addiction.
Definitely an addiction. But
Snapchat is an addiction.
Don't get me started on Snapchat.
Yeah, I was forced to install it and register because I was perhaps the only one. Again, it's so, you're not seen as cool, you're not seen as with it, you know, with the times, if you don't have something like Snapchat.
I mean, I'm just thinking, how did Muslims organize events before social media?
True. I don't know.
Send a messenger. Send a messenger on a horse.
And yeah, man, I totally get it. That's
really exactly like I said, this is very. It's a bonus if we have having this social media or platform is definitely a plus point for us. And because of that, you find people from different communities are coming and attending events in London, from Birmingham, from Manchester, from different cities.
Because they know what's happening.
Because they know, because of Facebook, because of this platform we have. So that's a good thing. But everything with its balance, everything with its... We have to be careful that it doesn't become an addiction for us, that we are not neglecting the rights or the hukuk of our families. For example, our wives, if we are married, and mothers, fathers, people at home. Sure. We're outside at work, we're using Facebook. We're on the bus, Facebook, on the underground or whatever.
Yeah. They have Wi-Fi now in the underground.
Yeah, on the underground we have Wi-Fi, so that's great now. People are, now they have even more opportunity to update a picture in the underground. But at home, we should give some time to the family.
It's funny how many times I've been outside the tube station and there's a whole crowd and everyone just putting their phones out and it's like Snapchat. I'm thinking, who cares?
It's really annoying. You're like at a function, a family event, and then you have 3 people at least just turning around 360 and taking everything. Like, what are you doing? Oh, it's Snapchat.
You know what? I think I've had enough of this Snapchat. It's like everyone I know has it now.
Yeah.
And it's like they don't want to live for themselves anymore. It's like when you go out, you're now living for others. Let me take a picture before I eat my food. Or I'm going out somewhere. Let me capture the scenery and let everyone at home see it, for example. Live for yourself, enjoy
I think from experience, because I didn't always have the same mentality using social media, but I feel that a lot of what people post when they post too much information, there is a genuine kind of need for that kind to have a connection with people, but because it's not happening in a genuine way where people can have that relationship with Allah first and foremost, they seek it with the people, and this is something that feeds their ego. And I'm saying it from personal experience. I'm not criticizing anyone out there, but I do think that a lot of the times when people post things, it's not for the sake of having any ill intentions, but there is kind of a cry that is coming from them that says that I do want this attention. And having attention isn't necessarily a bad thing if it's done in the right way, because we're social beings. But that's just something that's on my mind.
Can I just, just say something in regards to what you said with having technology and, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever, Twitter, Facebook. There's a hadith which says that, I think from Imam Amir al-Mu'mineen, salamullah alayhi, which says that divide your day into 4 portions or 4 parts. One for, gaining rizq halal, you're gaining your earnings. One for you to have rest, one for your family, and the last one is for you to connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, to connect with God. It seems we have the 3 parts, but the last one where we connect with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seems to be substituted with connecting with Instagram or Wi-Fi or
Twitter or Facebook.
Snapchat. It's like Allah is now out of the equation.
That's because there's a lack of proper education when it comes to how to connect to Allah. We've really focused on a fiqh perspective. Now, not that I'm dissing fiqh because we needed to get close to Allah, but it's more of a genuine relationship that's kind of needed. I mean, from personal experience, I wouldn't necessarily say that you have to pick up a book or watch a lecture. A lot of it comes from within you. You can just take out 5 minutes a day, just close your eyes, breathe, speak
to Imam Zaman.
Make that dua, and slowly but surely it will come. But that's
but we don't have that time because we are too busy on trying to find Wi-Fi.
Yeah. I hate the show-off element, like you kind of touched upon, how people are just feeding their ego, as you said. There's a cry for attention, and they went to a new restaurant, they're taking close-up pictures of the food, and they're like tossing it on their forums and their groups for friends and family to see. You're kind of showing off, really. Is there a real reason why you're doing that? And you're constantly doing that, like every Friday, Thursday, what have you, you're going out to try out these new restaurants. And there's a lot of people in your circle some are not that well off, and you're making them feel envious as well. You know, you got to have a broader thinking, broader mind. Don't do that as a responsible person.
That's a very good point. I never thought of it like that. Someone on your friends list may not be able to afford the same things that you can.
Exactly. And now that could create envious natures amongst them, and that could create hatred, and they might even put, dare I say it, the evil eye on you, because it does exist. I think it's in the Quran somewhere, isn't it? You know, to ward off the evil eye. But
bro.
You know, people do say mashallah, but we don't know if they actually mean it now. But and it's really bad. I think it's not how it should be.
No, you have a very, very, very good point.
Yeah.
I didn't think of it like that. You know, just to keep humble with society, and just to know that
just be considerate of and think of how would I feel if I'm in this situation and someone posted this. It's not that someone's necessarily posting it because they're trying to show off. Sometimes
most of the time it is. I think most of the time it is.
Most of the time. But then at the same time you have genuine people who share parts of their life because, you know, and it does inspire people, but sometimes just be careful, bro.
No, 100%. I think you always have to be careful. Especially
of course, we're not generalizing anything.
Oh no. There's genuine people out
Absolutely.
there. Yeah, 100%.
So these are just obviously how we feel about certain issues.
I mean, something came to my mind. I remember growing up in the 90s, you know, you have all these cameras and you take pictures.
Sure.
And then you have the whole photo album. Now, back in those days, if you imagine you have all these pictures, you don't go around to your friends and say, oh, I was doing this, I was doing this, I was doing this.
True,
and now it's like...
You want to see the photo album.
When they come to your home maybe for like a dinner, and they'll be like, here, we need something to talk about, this is our vacation. And that's not as showing off. I guess, again, it depends on how you bring it forth to them. You can't just have it tossed on the table as soon as they come in. Look, we went to the Canary Islands last week, and here and there, and what have you. But yeah, that's like a topic of discussion.
When you have like 500 people on your friends list, you don't even know half these people are.
Exactly.
Why do I need to share this stuff with
you
guys?
You could even endanger yourself, I think, because, for example, you get jewelry, you can be, you know, showing this is my bling bling right now. There's somebody in that list that you don't know may have evil intentions, and they'd be like, well, I can figure out where you live. I can even hack your, you know, area, and then they could come and rob you as well, you know. And you kind of did it to yourself because you advertise it to people that you don't know, you know, would have been trustworthy or not. And another thing I really hate about Facebook is all these aunties and uncles that are on it now. I mean...
Depends which ones. There's some of them, I love them.
Okay, fine, that's great. But, you know, back in the day when it came, I think it was university students, according to the movie anyway. It was like university, Harvard, and what have you. And then it changes. Like, those people kind of left or stopped. And then now it's like all these aunties and uncles that, you know, they want to add you and they want to add me. It's like, look, I've just said salam to you once or twice in the mosque, in the Imam Barga. It doesn't mean like we're friends now, you know. But I feel bad. They're great people. Don't get me wrong. And I'd love to say meet up with them and stuff. But I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable just adding.
I guess it depends on your personal preference of what you use social media for. So I've gone back and forth between using it to propagate the message of Islam, but these days I feel more like. I don't want to be sharing too much information with people I don't know, not to judge them, but there's for example, there's personal moments in my life where I may use social media to show my friends who, you know, I actually have a deep connection with, but I just think, you know, do I really want to be sharing these moments with people who I've never met?
No, 100%. I mean, in real life, if you look at a real life example, you would want to open your home door, the main door of your home, all the way when there's like hundreds of people passing by. Yeah, most of them might be okay. They don't even care that your door is open, but some of them may, you know, have the wrong intention. They might come in, you know, sneaking through. It's like, what's going on? What's happening here? Can't trust, you know, anyone.
The sad reality is that it seems that we are being sucked deeper and deeper into this black hole of social media that constantly we are updating our lives for the rest of the world to see. Now, I'm not putting a fatwa on it that it's haram or anything. But everything should be done within a limit. You know, sometimes we cross that limit, and many times we realize once we have crossed that limit, when we think back to it, like, did I really do that? We think that, you know, was I serious to post this picture up?
Exactly.
And many times people do regret.
It's like when you see, there was a time when Facebook had the timelines, and then you can scroll back to that 5 years ago, and you're thinking, dude, was that me?
What was I thinking?
Was I really that fat? Or what have you?
We've gone deep, but inshallah, that's what we have time for. So until next time.